So, today we are going to talk about schematics. And to build projects, we have to understand that first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a schematic so that we understand what components we're going to be using, how we're going to interconnect those components, and what that will look like once we interconnect them on the breadboard. So these things are called schematics, and when we build a schematic, I'm going to give an example here, but some of the components we use. This component here is symbolic for a resistor, a capacitor, an inductor, transformer, diode. This is a relay, symbolic for a relay, an on-off switch, NPN transistor, a PNP transistor, power source, DC power source, AC power source, ground, an operational amplifier, and then symbolically some of the meters. This is a voltmeter. You can tell it's a voltmeter because there's a plus and a minus and they're not connected. And this is an amp meter. You can tell that it is an amp meter because the little pass-through here. So these are some of the symbols that we are going to see and be used in our schematics. One of the first schematics, one of the first things that we are going to build. We talked about taking the 2 meters that I introduced you to in the last video. We're going to interconnect the meter. We're going to have a source of 9-volt battery. We're going to connect the positive lead of that 9-volt battery to the positive lead of our amp meter. The negative lead of that amp meter is going to connect over to resistor 1. Resistor 1 is going to be a 47 ohm resistor, and that is going to connect to the negative lead of the battery. Symbolically, we say the negative side of anything that we connect is going to be ground, at least for these scenarios. And then we're also going to use a voltmeter to go across this, and we're going to see what the voltages are. Now, what's interesting about this QUCS software is that it allows us to simulate what this all will look like, what the current flows, what the voltages will be, and all that. So I'm going to calculate, and it shows that we've got a 9-volt battery. So at this point, if we put a voltmeter here, there would be 9 volts. Current is showing us that we have 191.489 milliamps. The voltage reading here is on the, and I have this backwards, but the voltmeter on this side, the ground side, says 0 volts. That makes sense. On the negative side, because I connected it backwards, it's saying that the negative side is 9 volts. And we would expect that. So on this side of the resistor, the positive side is 9 volts. On the negative side is 0 volts. So that's one of the first schematics of what we're going to build. The second schematic would be here. And this, all we've done is added one more resistor, and it's going to have different voltage readings going across the loads of 2 resistors. Going to run the simulator real quick so we can see what we would expect. And you're going to notice that the current, 9 volts is still over here, 9 volts. The first resistor is a 47 ohm resistor. The second resistor is a 47 ohm resistor. So the current has changed because we've increased the resistance, so we've lowered the current. You're going to notice that 9 volts total going across the circuit, but the midway point is 4.5 volts. Anyway, these are the things that we're going to build out on the breadboard, and I just wanted to take and cover it here. So there we are.